All right, so today we're going to jump into a book called Sugar Detox Breaking Free in 21 Days. Look, if you're someone who's looking to get your health back on track, this is a seriously powerful guide. It gives you a really clear step-by-step plan to finally break that cycle of sugar dependency. And that's exactly what we're going to break down today, how it all works.
Okay, so let me just ask you this right off the bat. Do you ever feel like sugar is kind of running the show? You know that feeling? That afternoon crash where you need something sweet, a craving you just can't shake. Or maybe it's that feeling that I just need this cookie to get through the rest of the day. If that sounds familiar, trust me, you are so not alone.
I mean, check this out. A staggering 75% of Americans might be struggling with some form of sugar addiction. And let's be clear, this isn't about willpower. This is a huge, widespread problem that's just baked right into our modern food system.
So the big question is, how on earth did we get here, right? Well, that's what we're tackling first. We're going to look at what the book calls the modern sugar trap and figure out how so many of us got hooked. So what even is a sugar addiction? The book explains it's a real physical thing happening in your brain. When you eat sugar, your brain gets this hit of dopamine, the feel-good chemical. This creates a little reward cycle that basically tells your brain, hey, do that again. And over time, you need more and more sugar to get that same buzz. It's a really powerful and kind of sneaky loop to get stuck in.
And just to put this into perspective, the World Health Organization says we should aim for less than 12 teaspoons of added sugar a day. Okay, but the average American, we're downing over 15. Now you might think, 3 teaspoons, what's the big deal? But think about it. That little bit extra, day after day, week after week, it adds up, and it takes a huge toll on our bodies.
Okay, so what's the actual damage? What does all this extra sugar do to us? Let's dive into the physical and the mental toll it takes.
All right, physically, the effects are, well, they're pretty sobering. We can't just think of sugar as empty calories anymore. It's more like an agent of chaos for your entire system. It's fueling things like chronic inflammation, which is at the root of so many diseases. It cranks up the risk for obesity and type 2 diabetes, messes with your gut health. And here's the kicker. The more you eat, the more your body screams for it. It's a vicious cycle.
And hey, this isn't just about your body. That disruption, it hits your mind too. There's a super strong link between a high sugar diet and mental health struggles. You know those wild blood sugar spikes and then the horrible crash afterwards? Yeah, those can lead directly to mood swings, feeling more anxious, and even a higher risk of depression. It's easy to start relying on it for emotional comfort, a quick fix that pushes out healthier ways of dealing with stress.
Okay, wow, that's a lot, and it sounds pretty intense, I know. But here's the good news, and it's really good news. There's a solution. And that brings us to the absolute heart of this book, the 21-day reset. This is the path to freedom.
Now, this isn't about just gritting your teeth and going cold turkey. That rarely works. No, this is a structured, thought-out program designed to literally reset your body. The whole point is to retrain your taste buds so you're not constantly craving that super sweet stuff. It's about getting your energy levels back on an even keel and, most importantly, breaking that chemical dependency loop in your brain for good.
So why go through all this? Because the payoff is incredible. Seriously, we're talking about having consistent energy all day long. Goodbye 3 p.m. crash. We're talking about your cravings just fading away. A better mood, better sleep, even healthier looking skin. I mean, those are some pretty powerful reasons to stick with it, right? Okay, so you're probably wondering, how does this actually work? Let's break down the 3-week game plan. When you see it all laid out, it feels way, way more doable.
So it's all broken down into 3 simple weeks. Week 1, that's all about awareness. You're going to become a label-reading pro and get rid of all the obvious sugar bombs in your pantry. Then in week 2, the focus shifts to nourishment. You start bringing in all this delicious, healthy food that actually satisfies you. And by week 3, it's all about making it stick, building those habits and learning how to handle any cravings that pop up so this becomes a long-term thing.
And a huge part of that first week is this aha moment, when you realize sugar isn't just in cake and candy. Oh, no. It is hiding everywhere. We're talking pasta sauce, ketchup, most breads, even in stuff you think is healthy, like flavored yogurts or granola bars. You basically have to become a sugar detective, and spotting these hidden sources is a total game changer. Okay, but what about when a craving hits? Because it will. The key is having a plan ready to go.
The book gives you these simple but super powerful tricks you can use right in that moment. For example, just drink a big glass of water. A lot of the time, our brain mistakes thirst for a sugar craving. It's wild. Or get up and go for a quick walk. Just changing your scenery and getting those endorphins going can completely crush a craving. Think of these as your little toolkit for success.
All right, so you did it. You made it through the 21 days. High five. But what now? Well, this last part is maybe the most important. It's all about how to take this short-term win and turn it into a real, sustainable lifestyle.
And I love how the book frames this. The end goal isn't about restriction or what you can't have. It's about freedom, real freedom. Freedom from those nagging cravings, freedom from that up and down energy roller coaster. It's about the amazing feeling of being in control of your food choices instead of your food choices controlling you.
So I'm going to leave you with this one question to really think about. Just take a second. What would your life look like if you weren't held back by sugar? What could you do with more energy, a clearer head, a more stable mood? What would that life actually feel like?